enjoyment with an H. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Udy. I go by UdyOnTheGlo here and on Instagram and TikTok. So make sure you subscribe to me here and follow me there. Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 destinations for 2022. If I can go, I'll go. If not, in the near future. If you're interested in learning more, please stay tuned. All right, jumping right in at number 1. The place I have been wanting to go to for some time is Greece. Greece has been on my mind to the point where I was willing to go on a solo trip last year, but I had to bump the brakes. And if you guys see me looking down, it's because my laptop's down here. But basically, Greece is one of those places, if I get the opportunity, I'm gonna go. The thing I realized is when I tried to go the 4th of July weekend, and it was a long weekend for me, so I thought, okay, I can do a little 4-day trip, be in and out. No, Greece isn't set up that way. From what I know, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but the main airport is in Athens. And from there, if you want to go to Santorini, Mykonos, or any of the other islands, you either have to catch a ferry or another flight. So when you're catching a ferry, I believe the shortest time to get there on ferry, depending on where you're going, is somewhere around 6 to 8 hours. If you're getting a flight, it can be anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. However, a lot of those local airlines charge additional fees for baggage. So that's something to keep in mind if you're planning a trip to Greece and you're trying to go outside of Athens to any of the islands. I know for sure whenever I get a chance to go, I do want to do a wine tour. I know I want to catch the sunset in some rooftop or some ideal sightseeing location where I'm just having dinner and relaxing. Another thing I want to do is visit Parisa. Am I saying that right? But Parisa is basically a beach with black sand, and it looks beautiful. When I was doing a bit of my research, you want to make sure you pack light because you'll probably be in situations where you can't get there with your car. I saw people talk about renting 4-wheelers or mopeds for their time there just to get around. This is probably something I'll do whenever I go. From what I've seen, it's very expensive. So although it's a place I'm willing to go, unless my pockets change quite a bit, I'm gonna wait till I can go with people so I can split some of the costs. So Greece at number 1. In at number 2, I have Italy. I want to go mainly for the food and the art history. I would love to see it all. Of the main places I want to go, I do want to go to Rome. I want to visit the Amalfi Coast and maybe Naples as well. For Rome, I would definitely want to visit the Colosseum, Roman Forum, the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Basilica, Trevi Fountain. Funny enough, I've been to Trevi Fountain in Vegas, so kind of, sort of. It doesn't really count. And Pantheon, am I saying that right? You guys let me know if I'm saying these wrong. I don't know. So that's mainly Rome, and what I saw when I was just like doing like a brief search, like a lot of these I haven't deep dived into them, just kind of like picking out where I want to go. And whenever I do decide to go, I would definitely dive in deeper to get more details, but this is just an overview. That's just my disclaimer. Definitely want to go to the Amalfi Coast. Just beautiful scenery. Just like, I need that off my bucket list, as well as Naples. Now, when I was looking up Naples, I kind of heard mixed reviews. I heard it's a lot of beauty and a lot of nature, and some reviews were kind of saying like, it might be a little rough around the edges. I don't know, but I'll be willing to try it out. So I think I got everything for Italy. Moving on. The next place I would want to visit at number 3 is Zanzibar in Tanzania. I really do want to just learn more about East Africa. I know bits and pieces, but I would love to go there because I've never been, actually, yeah. But Zanzibar is basically an archipelago off the coast of Tanzania. The main thing that I wanted to do, they have like a turtle sanctuary where you swim with the turtles, and it just always looks so serene. So that was Zanzibar, Tanzania, in at number 3. So Morocco. I've always wanted to stay in one of the beautiful Riyadh. I just feel like there would just be so much to explore there. I'm kind of jumping from East to West Africa, but Morocco is just so beautiful to me. Some of the places that I've seen people talk about was Casablanca, the arches of Lexirabi, as well as Blue Village and Ike Ben Haddad. Y'all correct me. I'm trying. But Morocco, I feel like I don't have to say too much. Like, I know whenever I want to go, there'll be plenty of things for me to do there. And I've heard people there are very friendly, but you have to be careful as well. So I'm gonna take a sip of this water. So next up I have, drumroll please, Ghana. I really want to go to Ghana. Everyone had their dirty December and it's like, I'm at home missing out. So Ghana is the place that I really want to go. I feel like they're very much so in tune with their tourism and forward thinking. And also just a peaceful country from what I've heard and know. So Ghana is really up there on the list for me. I remember there was a time where I thought I'd be able to go. And I remember looking up one of the resorts there and it was just absolutely beautiful. And it's also like trying the food, the history. I feel like they've done a lot to preserve and showcase a lot of their Black history as concerns the African diaspora. That's something I would want to go and experience. Where I'm at now, I don't know if I could stomach going to the point of no return, but everything else I would just be down to do. But don't quote me, I might feel differently in the future. Ghana is up there on the list. Next up, I have South Africa. Now, I went to South Africa for maybe a month and a half for a study abroad trip. And when I tell you, I had some of the best years of my life. South Africa, and specifically Cape Town. Cape Town is where I stayed. It's so slept on. We stayed in one of the townships, and then later on we stayed in the Bokop area. If you're familiar, Bokop is known for the colorful houses along the hill, and it's just so diverse. You have nature, you have hiking, you have entertainment, you have music, you have surfing in Muizenberg, you have penguins in Simonstown. Simonstown has all these natural boulders. There's a time during the year where the water levels are low enough for you to go in through all those boulders. I'll make sure I insert a picture from when I was there. So it's a very beautiful place to be. It's so serene, almost like just unheard of. And there's so much to do. And the one thing, okay, you guys don't look at me sideways, but if you're a person that loves fashion, you need to go to Cape Town. Cape Town was beautiful, and on top of that, the people were even more beautiful. Now, granted, while I was there, I felt like a lot of the people I met who were Black were not South African. I met a lot of people who were possibly going to school or just working in South Africa but weren't actually South African. But it was kind of interesting because like for the first time I was getting asked if I was Namibian or Zambian, and that was just the first for me. So it was like, what do I look like to y'all? I don't think I've said where I'm from, but what do I look like to y'all? Just know Cape Town is where you want to be. I haven't been to Durban, so I would definitely want to make my way over there, as well as Johannesburg. The safari tours and Kruger Park are in that area. So I haven't ventured over to that side, but I mainly stayed in the Western Cape. I did get a chance to hike Lion's Head, but I have not hiked Tabletop Mountain. Another thing to do there, I don't think a lot of people know this, but South Africa is known for their wine. My very first wine tour was in South Africa. It was in Stellenbosch. We went on a 5-estate tour, 5 different estates, 5 different vineyards. It was all personalized. That being my first wine tour, and then also kind of going to wine tours here in the States, I was not impressed. I'm definitely making my way back to Camps Bay. It's one of the top beaches in the world, and when you go there, you will know why. I was watching Blood and Water. I love that show because it just gives me South Africa vibes all over. They have a scene where they're at Camps Bay. If you haven't, put that on your list for sure. Like, you won't regret it. You won't, like, granted, we don't know when things will be back to normal, but there is always something going on. There is always a music festival. There is always something. It's always something. So let me move on because I've been babbling on South Africa, but that's up there. The next place on my list, Thailand and Bali, Indonesia. Those are 2 places I would love to combine into one trip just because it takes so much to get to that side of the world. And on top of that, I remember there's a time we were trying to plan to go there and some people wanted to go to Bali, some people wanted to go to Thailand. And I remember I looked at the flights between 2 and the flights were like $50, $60. I definitely want to go to both. Each area has so much to do. Remember people taking like half of their trip to be in the northern part and the other half to be in the southern part. The thing that I heard the most about people's trips there are, one, the massages and spas, as well as the village you get to stay in. They're just breathtaking. So I can't wait to experience that. When my friend went, she was like, they got a massage every day, and they were like $2 $5 massages that were life changing to say the least. So I would really want to go there and experience it. For Bali specifically, I'm gonna read off here. I'm gonna attempt to say the whole thing. Y'all let me know I'm close. But it's called Pura Panatara Agun Limpoyang, but it's also known as the Gates of Heaven. Definitely would want to go there. And in Thailand, I want to go to the White Temple, the Great Buddha, James Bond Island, of course, also known as Khao Ping Kong. And yeah, so the main focus of whenever I do get the chance to go there, I think I would want to go with like someone else. I don't know if I would want like just a buddy or a group. A group might be fun actually. But I would want to go there just for relaxation, taking in all the quietness and the beauty of it all. So that would be a big relaxation trip for me. So we're almost there, but keep watching to the end. I have 2 honorary destinations added on here. So next up, we're going to be talking about Mexico. So what's crazy, in all my travels, I realized that I had never been to Mexico. Never. I kept saying to myself, okay, I really want to go to Cancun or Cabo or Tulum, whichever opportunity comes up first. So last year, one of my friends was like, okay, Janae is going there for her birthday trip. Do you want to go? We have room. I was like, what? Of course. I had been speaking of Cabo and Cancun for probably going on a year. So as soon as she said that, I was ready to jump on it, and that's exactly what I did. Shout out to Janae. Janae is here on YouTube and Instagram. I'm going to leave her socials somewhere in here, but check out her channel. Like, she's a beast. She's a beast. I admire her, and I'm gonna keep it just right there. Shout out to you, Janae. Other places I do want to explore in Mexico, as I said, Cancun, Tulum if I ever get the chance, Veracruz, specifically for its Afro-Latino history. Another place I want to go, you guys check my Spanish for me, it's called Ruta de Talatenga. I don't think I said it right. Y'all let me know. But it basically has all of these hot springs, and it's so picturesque. I'm still gonna look into it a little bit more to know, are there a lot of things to do in Hidalgo for tourists, or is it one of those things you might wanna make a 1-2 day trip? If I do go, I would love to make my way over to some ATVs, some villas, and just enjoy myself. Enjoyment with an H. Now this is kind of like a catch-all. It's a kind of cop-out. But in general, I just want to explore more of the Caribbean. There's just so much to learn, the African diaspora as well as the Indian diaspora. But I have room open of whichever opportunity comes first. So of those, I have 3 countries. I have St. Lucia, St. Martin, and Turks&Caicos. I'm forgetting her name now, but I've been subscribed to her from years. But she's of St. Lucian heritage. So whenever she would go back and vlog, it was just so beautiful. And sometime last year, I just kept seeing people go to St. Lucia. And prior to last year, I knew of the country. It's just that I just didn't hear people say it that often. Definitely would want to go there. St. Martin, what I know of it, I believe it's like a French-speaking and another language. A lot of people get those great pictures, bucket list pictures on the beach with the planes flying overhead just because it's so close to the airport. And I was talking to someone recently, and they were saying how it was so much fun. They've been there multiple times. This, that, the other. So that definitely puts St. Martin on my radar. And Turks&Caicos just looks beautiful. From what I've heard, it's quite expensive, so I'm probably gonna wait till my pockets are a little bit more stacked. One of those islands need to see me soon and very soon. You know, circumstances permitting. Okay, so we've made it to the end of my top 10 places, but we're gonna get to these honoraries. First is Brazil. I've been to Brazil twice now, and places I've been in Brazil are Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Manaus, where else? Minas Gerais, and Bahia. But I will say my favorite places in Brazil are Bahia and Rio. They are unmatched in my opinion. And it was almost like a spiritual connection. It's low-key a life-changing experience for being able to recognize so many of my roots in things around me and what I saw in the food, down to like tourist merchandise. Things like Acara is called a acarajé. I absolutely love Brazil. I will say Brazil and Jamaica felt like the closest things I could get to home without actually going. And I'm saying that after visiting South Africa. That's another story for another day, but those 2 places just they just felt like home. One of my favorite things in Rio is walking the strip. If you're facing the water, to the far left you have Lima, and Lima has like a military fort. It's super quiet, super safe. And as you walk down to your right, you're walking into Copacabana. It's very touristy and there's so many things going on. If you go further on, you're in Ipanema. I don't know if it's changed, but more so less touristy and more local. It's somewhere in between there of where Copacabana and Ipanema meet. There's these huge boulders there and people would go there to watch the sunset. The sun would go down and people would clap. That's how great it was. But yeah, I absolutely love Brazil. I can talk about Brazil for days. Top 2 on my list, I really want to go for Rock in Rio. A concert held every October. I've heard great things. And I definitely want to go to Bahia for Carnival. That's the place you want to be. So that's my list. And last but not least, my best life was lived in Dubai. I went on a trip with my older cousins. Shout out to you, Liz. Shout out to you, Rebecca, for our birthday. And I just had the best time of my life. It was like my first time going on a trip that wasn't school related or research related. It wasn't a family trip for whatever occasion. It was just me going and treating myself and my cousin treating me. I lived my best life in Dubai. I really did. I feel like when I talk to other people, it's the same for them as well. And I will be trying to get you guys my Dubai vlog and probably put together a Cabo vlog as well. But for Dubai, you are trying to go, save your money. Start now. Because I feel like in Dubai, we paid a lot for experiences. And I paid for stuff that I hadn't paid at that rate before, but it was so worth it. So if you're planning your trip, start saving your money now. And I guess I'll mention the things we didn't get to do. So I definitely wanted to go to the botanical gardens. We wanted to find somewhere that did Turkish ice cream, as well as we drove past the Dubai Mall, but we ran out of time. Now granted, this is in Abu Dhabi, but the Grand Mosque, we wanted to visit there as well. You're trying to go to Dubai, save your money so you can bamba. So that's all I have for today. Let me know if you've been to any of these destinations, if you have any tips on things to do there. Let me know if you decided to add any of these places to your wish list or bucket list. Just let me know, leave it in the comments below. Also, I'm very new to this, as you can see, so definitely leave me any comments of things you want to see, things that I can do better. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. But until next time, bye guys.